let's get into these reviews right now. So I'm going to start with one that we both saw, and this is going to be The Kitchen, and this is on Netflix. The date on this was 2023, but the release date for Netflix was January 12, 2024. Film stars Kano Izi. You might recognize him from the series Top Boy. We also got Hope Ipoku Jr. You know, he's another guy from Top Boy fame. Jediah Bannerman is also in this. Was one of our main characters. And there's just some more British folks in here. But the story of this film is, in a dystopian future London where all social housing has been eliminated, Izi and Benji fight to navigate the world as residents of The Kitchen, a community that refuses to abandon their home. And, yeah, like I said, this is a Netflix thing. I will say the things that I did like about this thing, it is directed by Daniel Kaluuya and Kiwi Tavares. And I did like the look of this setting, man. I thought it was kind of cool what they achieved with this dystopian, near future look of London. You know, it's actually one of the coolest, sci-fi cities I've seen recently, man. It was up there with some of the stuff I was seeing in what is that? We just saw this, man. It's crazy that it's on the tip of my tongue, man. John David Washington.
The Creator.
Yeah, The Creator, man. It reminded me of stuff like that was going on. And, I thought that was a cool touch, and it was actually kind of cool that they got that look, because this thing does look and feel low budget, but, those parts actually look pretty cool, the technology stuff that they had going on. But other than that, man, I thought it was just kind of rather simple and plain. It didn't pop a whole lot. There was a couple of cool scenes, but I don't know, man. I don't know if this film made a case for its existence, man. It felt more like a stretched out, like a short story kind of thing that they stretched out into a film, and I think we just got mixed results on it. It's okay, but I can't put this thing up there as like must watch, kind of material.
I thought it was good. It was a good father-son type film. Without, I guess that might be a bit of a spoiler because you're not really.
Man, I seen that a mile away.
Yeah, I did too. I did too. But I thought it was. I thought that was. Like you said, it was a very good look for a film for Daniel Kaluuya to be an actor and, directing his first film. I thought this was a good, a very good visual. These things in storytelling, it kind of suffers from not having a good enough story, but it was a lot of father-son type stuff that was happening in it. And the problem I have is they just glaze over it a little bit instead of kind of going, too deep, because you really kind of limited on what you learn about both characters, other than I guess Benji's mother passed, and I'm getting the guys mixed up. Is it Benji and who's
hold on.
Benji was the son, right?
Yeah.
Benji was the son. Izzy was his father, his estranged father. But it's like they didn't really go in depth on too much on why he left and all that stuff, or why he's just up and seeing him at his mother's funeral. It was like I said,
it's
they
interesting
don't really
you say that. Like I'm cool with that, but then it's like, all right, if you're gonna leave us that out for the sake of, I would assume you're doing that so you could take time more with the main bigger story. That's where, like you said, there's not a lot of story here.
Yeah.
It's weird, man.
It just rages over things instead of it, And then the housing stuff, they don't really go in depth in that, but you pretty much around a community of squatters. They pretty much have a bit of a high rise. What they call the kitchen is pretty much a high rise where everybody's just squatting in. It kind of, parts of it kind of gave me like Do the Right Thing type vibe, because there was a DJ that was, broadcasting from the kitchen.
Yeah.
I thought that was real cool, because at first I just thought that was, he was just away, but that was actually in that community. But he was pretty much seeing everything and pretty much reporting things to people. But I had a lot of sad feelings about what was going on there, but overall it just, it kind of, it's like I said, it just glazes over a decent, that could have been a bigger story. And, we really don't learn anything about the characters, and you really don't get too in depth with outside of, the kitchen and seeing how other people live and live, Because a lot of these people actually have jobs and stuff, but they're just stuck in that situation.
Yeah, they didn't explain why, the people were trying to get them out the building. I'm assuming something just expired, but also why couldn't they just go in there and just, door to door and pull them out? And it's weird because, there's that weird element of every time we sound an alarm and everyone goes in to their places and lock the door, then that was enough to, chase authorities off, which was weird. But I don't know, man. Like you said, it brought up a lot of ideas, but just didn't really flesh it out. It's left a lot of up to us to assume things. And I'm cool with that, but you also got to give me some things to work with, to play around with from my head, because I definitely would have liked you to more explanation of that. There's also an interesting thing with the death, because Izi works at the funeral parlor kind of thing, and there's crazy stuff going on with that. But also, like that was kind of interesting, the way that they were memorializing the people and had that system set up. So I would have liked to, have some more time with that too, man. I don't know. I'm curious to see what Kaluuya does after this. I mean, there's definitely some strong points to the game, that he's laying down. I just think maybe the script needed just a little bit more work, But I'll keep an eye out for his future works. Definitely on the acting tip, and curious to see if he directs even more, going forward.